Alright guys, so we're back here at Mid-Tier Gaming with Melvin Garfield, who got second place at our store season qualifiers with his DredgeKu deck. So let's go ahead and take a look at this deck.
Alright, so of course we're all familiar with the leader, right? Son Goku, also known as DredgeKu. Burst 3 when he attacks, when you draw a card for his attacking. Auto, if a battle card is KO'd, go ahead and draw one card and stand up one energy and put this card into Awaken. And then his Awaken side, we know, same thing, Burst 3, gotta love that mill. Draw a card for when he attacks. But the real meat and potatoes is his Activate Mean in battle. Crit 2, technically, kind of. Just place 2 cards from your life to the drop and board wipe. Does not target. Right, yeah, does not target. Ignoring barrier and place all the cards in the owner's drop area for both sides. I say it's really good. Helps out with, you know, certain matchups like huge aggro decks like Vegata. And as in being a green leader, you know, we gotta have our dormants, of course. We gotta get those 4 dormants in. Such a beautiful card. Gotta have a 4 of, because I never feel safe enough. Go with these dormants. I run 3 shocking death balls. Got that nice sparking 5, so if I'm tapped out, you know, gives me that saving grace after I dormant. Maybe avoid a few critical hits, double strikes. And of course, we gotta run the 2 ribbies, because, you know, we're green, so I gotta have that little hand control presence. And since we're running 4 dormants, you know, let's run 2 Roshi so we can have 6 dormants instead. Pay a green, put Roshi to the warp, grab a an extra card of 1 drop or less, add it to hand, 1 drop, add it to hand. And that's really about it for the extra cards. The one thing about my deck is I don't really have board presence. This is a very linear deck because our main attacker is Son Goku, Intensive Training Son Goku. For those who aren't familiar, what he does is he has Deflecting Barrier. He's a 4-drop. If your leader card is a green Son Goku and then you send a total of 5 green Son Gohan Youths, Vegetas, Bulmas, Krillins, and or Piccolos from your drop to your warp. Then you get to choose up 1 mono green Son Goku card with an energy cost of 5 in your deck or hand. Play it on the top of this card, then shuffle your deck if you look through it. What's cool about this card is that it has an Activate Mean and battle. And from what I'm understanding is if you swing with this card, no negates, go through, activate battle, whatever Goku you evolve into, if it has double strike or triple strike, that will still go through. So if your opponent doesn't realize that, a single strike can turn into a triple or double at any win. And so what I run is 4 Son Goku's Pride of the Saiyans. What this card does is that he's a 5-drop for the search. Has a double strike. His permanent is he cannot be removed by battle. He cannot be removed from the battle area by your opponent's skill, any skills actually. So including DredgeKu's, which is really neat. If there is a Son Goku card with an energy cost of 4 under this card, which you most likely will, and this card is in rest mode, when your opponent plays a battle card with an energy cost of 5 or less, they choose 2 cards from the hand and discard them. However, this to be noted, unlike Topo, which he does kind of the same way when it comes to attacking, this does not prevent the player from playing any additional cards if they don't have a hand. So Vegeta still gets through this, which kind of hurts, but you know, it is what it is, as some say. When this card is played, choose all your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and KO it. So it's also a board wipe, along with a strong auto effect while he's in rest mode. But I also play the 5-drop SS3 Son Goku Fist of the Fortitude. This is a good, like what I said about when you sync with a single strike and your opponent's at 3 life and they don't think about it at first. You would activate his battle and go into the triple strike. He has barrier. Activate main. If your leader card is a green, choose 1 card from your hand, discard it. choose one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and KO it. Then choose one of your opponent's unisons and remove 2 markers from it. Also, he has another activate main where if you pay 1 green, if your lead card is a green and you discard this card from your hand, choose up to one of your opponent's unison cards and remove a marker from it. It's a nice card to run. 30k beef stick. Has barrier, which is nice. It's I just enjoy having an option between the two depending on what you're facing against. Like I said, 1 board presence, so Vegax, or if your opponent's running a big bad boss, just play him. You don't get rid of your hand, and then also get rid of unison at the same time. Really nice. As for the cards to put away for the 4-drop, we run 4 Krillin. 1 drop when you play him. You get to choose one. You either get to give him blocker for the turn, or look at the top 5 and choose a green unison with a total cost of 2, I believe, and add it to your hand. Then we play 4 of the Gohan blockers, which has unique. And then we play 4 of the Crybaby Gohan. Look at the top 7, grab a green Son Goku. With no energy specifics, so it's pretty cool. And then our super combos also count towards this because it is a Vegata. Also, he's pretty cool because when you play him for the 1, you get to have your opponent drop a card, so more hand control. It's always nice. And just in case I overmill something, we run the Vegeta Aptitude for Battle, which allows us to go through our drop area, grab 7 green, right? If your leader card is a green Son Goku card, which it should be, when this card is played, shuffle up to 7 your mono green battle cards with energy cost 7 or less that don't have super combo skills from the drop area into your deck. So nice recycling, and like I said, Vegeta, so it still also contributes to the Goku. Since this is DredgeKu, we want some of our battle cards to get KO'd, so I run the 3 Zarbons. Pay 1 green, choose a card from your hand, place into the drop, play this card from the drop area onto the battle area. If this card is to be removed by skills or KO'd, if your opponent has 5 or more cards in your hand, then you get to drop a card, which is more hand control. Nice. And then we got to run the 3 Tapions because, another blocker for those big bad boys who want to toughen up, plus a free draw out of it. Now, I know some of you are going to really disagree with this because I know what sounds like should be the unison, but it isn't. I run the Meta Coolers instead of the Bardock. I run the Meta Coolers because I love the filter, I love the draw. The whole board spam with tokens is really strong, as long as my opponent doesn't have an answer to it. There's a reason why I don't run the Bardock, and I'll get into that in a bit. Let's reveal the last 2 cards. For tech, for an extra, heavy hitter, I run the Son Gohan. If I believe I'm a green leader, as all these green cards say. This Gohan has Deflect, Unique, and Double Strike. His permanent is when your life is at 3 or less, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 3. So he's a free 2-drop for late game, if I need that extra beef stick. His autos, if your leader card is a green, when this card is played, choose 1. You can either choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier and KO it, or you can choose up to one of your opponent's unison cards and remove a marker from it. So, versatility, but 25k double strike, 2-drop is really good. That's my deck. I believe it should be a 55 card list. For my extra deck, I do run the Bardocks on sides. The reason why I don't run the Bardocks main is because I typically I have the mindset of playing with my locals already, and a lot of my friends when we play, they really don't care when DredgeKu awakens. So most of the time they will swing into allow me to have my blocker and then KOing it. So this is just a sidecar just in case they don't want to do that and I have to awaken at some point. And I know there's another card that's missing here that you all are probably debating, and that is Charismatics. Why sideboard? You see, I do enjoy the whole, you know, play for free, blow up a card. But again, I play with the mindset of locals, and a lot of my friends run a lot of barrier cards. So, you know, Charismatic is not going to get much value here at the moment. But also, definitely this will be a main board once I can get my hands on the Fierce Deities and Lawsuits. Because, you know, that's what a lot of everyone run the Charisma for, is for the Fierce Deities and Lawsuit. But until I can get my hand on those, you know, Charisma will be sadly inside until then. I run 3 Wrathful Charges. It's a nice card, especially that he can target the tokens if I'm over spamming for negates and still control my opponent's hand if need be. I enjoy Wrathful Charge. It's a really good card in my opinion. You know, green doing green things. 4 Cell Kamehamehas if I want to be mean, you know, because why not? And just the 1 extra Tapion.
One real quick question. I noticed you're not running Draw Monkey. Was that due to not having it, or was it just not a choice?
Draw Monkey?
Yeah.
It's due to not having it, but at the same time, I don't know. This is just a whole all trial and error. So, you know, this is not set in stone. Of course, there's always room to keep using different ideas. So, yeah, probably if I ever do get my hands on Draw Monkeys, that would be a main board.
Okay. And then you got any shout outs or anything to say?
Of course, I'd like to shout out my friends Zachary Thomas, Kyle Crane, Ricky Sanchez, Jose, I can't pronounce your last name, sorry buddy. Angel Garcia. You know, if it wasn't for these guys, I wouldn't be playing card games. But I probably also wouldn't be in Crippling Deck, but hey, keep that on the down low. But yeah, have a good time with my buddies and playing this game, and hope to continue to grow.
All right. Well, thanks for coming down to the Collector's Vault to play in our season store qualifiers. Hope to see you again soon.